Hello and welcome to One Small Cube, where we like to dive into the world of science and engineering. And don't forget, if you'd like to see more videos like this one, give us a like and hit that subscribe button. So today we will be attempting this Origami Water Bomb. For this exercise I'm using the 70-gram Origami A4 paper in the description below, but I have used standard 80-gram white paper for this without any issues. And here we have our crease pattern for the piece. Now there is a link in the description below to my Gumroad store where you can download a free version of this crease pattern, or you can just mark it out for yourself if you want. This particular grid I'm using today is 8 folds by 8 folds, but it doesn't have to be square, just so long as the pattern is uniform if you do decide to draw it out for yourself. So with the crease pattern cut to size and facing up, we can fold the paper into 8 vertical and horizontal lines. I only fold the horizontal and vertical lines in one direction, and the diagonal lines I will fold in the other direction. And just remember to get those folds really sharp. Now some of you may have noticed that these red lines are being folded as valley lines, when the red lines usually mean mountain lines. So I tend to fold this piece from the underside, and the pattern will be on the underside too. I've done it this way because the diagonal lines do not go all the way along, therefore not as easy to fold as the vertical and horizontal lines that do. So for me, it's easier if we have the pattern on the underside. So when I come to folding those diagonals, the pattern will appear on the outside as I fold, and I can see straight away where to crease. When you've finished there, turn the page over and then we can make those diagonal folds. And just double check every fold by going over each one again. And here we have our folded crease pattern. Now if we compare it against the finished pattern, we can see that these small empty squares here will form these outer surfaces here, and those larger cross squares will form the dips. Now it's important to remember the way I do it, my pattern is on the underside. But this way you don't see the pattern on the upper side at the end, and it makes those diagonal lines easier to fold. So to begin with, I like to focus on two nearby small squares connected by a red solid line. So keeping the crosses either side of them pointing upwards, I then tend to point the red solid line downwards, and then just move that top square to the right and the bottom square to the left, like this. That then tends to rotate the squares around and together. Now if we grab our new crease pattern, I start around the edges first, squeezing those squares together and leave the centre to last. So again, it's just this slow process of guiding those folds in the right direction and then sharpening those creases. Just slowly, bit by bit, more and more pressure on the folds. Now I don't like to force it too much when they're not ready. I just move on to another square and come back to it later. And here's where we find out how good our initial folding of the crease pattern was. After a while you'll start to see the pattern form, and it gets easier the more folds you complete. Just take your time with this. More time invested means a neater piece at the end. So once it looks like everything is kind of moving in the right direction, flip it over and squeeze the pattern together, and finding those last few lines that need further creasing. And making it as tight as you want really, just keep applying the pressure to those folds until you're happy with the final design. And there we have it. And the bigger the pattern you start with, the more impressive this design looks. Well, I hope you liked today's video. In the description below there are links to my origami playlist that show some basic origami patterns you can try. So do give them a go, they're well worth exploring, and hit subscribe to help us put out more videos like this one.